bass players, this is a tutorial on Waltz from Sleeping Beauty by Tchaikovsky, arranged by Leland Forsblad. And for this one, I'm going to kind of play the whole piece for you, and then I'll stop to clarify any fingerings. Honestly, there's not quite as much technical difficulty in the bass part as there is in the other parts for this one. So most of this is pretty straightforward, but it's just really important that you understand how your part fits together with the beat, and that you're really laying down a solid beat for the rest of the orchestra. Now, this is in a waltz style, and we are going to have our metronome set at 144 beats for the quarter note. And really important that we do have a strong emphasis on beat 1. So it's going to be a strong beat 1 and a light beat 2 and 3. You're mostly going to be really emphasizing beat 1, but there's a couple of spots where you play on beat 2 and 3. So it's really important that you understand kind of how that fits into the beat and how that's different when you're playing a waltz, whether you're on beat 1 or beats 2 and 3. And then there's also a few spots where it's pretty syncopated. So you're playing notes that are not on the strong beat. So let's go ahead and turn our metronome on first. And here at the beginning, you're going to be changing note on beat 2. For these first few measures. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and 2. 2, 3. Okay, good. Let's stop there. Just a couple of things to watch out for there. Making sure that for the notes that are fingered, you remember it's F sharp in the key signature. You also are given some F natural, which is second finger. And then on the A string, measure 30, you've got fourth finger for a B, second finger for A sharp, and then first finger for A. And then the other thing, make sure that you're noticing whether, when you're playing on beat 1, whether it's a quarter note or a half note. So quarter notes are a little shorter than half notes. So for example, measure 9, 1, 2, 3. So pretty short, but not super short. And then when you get to 17 and it's a half note, so a little longer, but still with some separation between it. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. Now it gets a little bit more rhythmically interesting. So make sure that you really understand which notes are on the beat and which beat they are on. That's really, really important. So metronome, we're going to start measure 41, and you come in on beat 3 of 41 with the note B. And then fingers are 4 and then 2, 1, open. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So a few tricky things in there. The one that I find the most tricky, in fact, I'm not quite satisfied that I played it in tune, 46. So you've got B and then C sharp. Just it sounds a little odd there. And one way that you could do it is do open and then do first finger on B. That would be the second tape if I put tape on your bass. And then that puts you in position to do the C sharp, which is between the third and the fourth tapes, and then C natural. But the pitches should sound like. Let's play those together. Ready, and tempo. Ready, and. Okay, and then from there, 2. Okay, so just make sure that you're really feeling that rhythm and counting carefully. 56, another shift here. Just go up to third position and do 2 for C sharp D. And then, and from there, you could do, probably the most efficient way is to do A, shift up to second position, 2, and then fourth finger on the C. Okay, now this next spot, you're doing something that is pretty rare for a bass in a waltz. You're doing beats 2 and 3 instead of beat 1. So very important that you feel beat 1, and here the melody is in the viola and the cello, and they're going to be usually changing note on beat 1. So they're the ones that are going to be laying down the downbeats. Let's go ahead and start at 61. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and 1. Now that part at 85 is a little bit tricky rhythmically because what you're playing sounds like it's in a 2-beat pattern and you're playing it over a 3-beat pattern. So let's try that again at 85. Ready? And C natural for the first one, so second finger and then C sharp. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. 1. To the next figure. For that spot where you're playing beats 2 and 3, so from 61, let me turn that off, 61 through about 83, just watch out for the ones where you only play one note and you have an extra rest on beat 3. Also watch out for the F naturals and F sharps, because you've got some of each in here, and it's just really important that you pick the right one in each measure. So second finger for F natural, fourth finger for F sharp. Let's go ahead and continue now at measure 93. This next part is pretty simple, so I'm just going to blow right through it. And when you get to the near the bottom of the page, measure 124, it says DSL coda. So you probably have learned that that means you go back to the sign, which you will find at 77. You do that without stopping, and that's when you're playing the offbeats again. So just be prepared for that. And you play there until measure 90, and then when you're done with measure 90, you skip right to the coda, again with no pauses or breaks between it. So the more you do this, you'll get better and better at navigating when they have you jump around within a piece like that. So we're starting at 93, and let's see if we can go all the way to the end. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here's 93. 2. Okay, good. So there are a few things that we should probably mention in there. First of all, fingering. When you get to 93, you're going to have to move up to second position to reach that C, and I would recommend you just stay there. So do, and then second finger on B. And then from here, you've got fourth finger on C, first finger on the A string. In second position there will also play C. So we normally would play that in first position with the second finger, but since you're already in second position, just you can still reach it. So, and remember, first finger to fourth finger, skipping over a string plays an octave. So if you've got a C up here with the fourth finger, you know you can play a C down here with the first finger. Don't forget to skip over the string. Otherwise it won't be far enough. So from 106, 2, 3, and then back to first position. Okay, like that. And this last part is a little bit tricky. So 128. Remember, open G, second finger on the E string, also G. So one way to finger that. Another way to finger it would be doing fourth finger for the G. Let's see. I think it's a little easier doing the open string, but just remember that low G is second finger in first position on the E string, and it's a lot of bouncing around between the different strings. So again, the only fingered note there is the low G, so just keep your finger hanging out on the E string, and the others are just open strings. All right, so that pretty much does it for the bass part for Waltz from the Sleeping Beauty. And since that didn't take as much time as some of the others, let's go ahead and play all the way through it with the metronome. And I encourage you to join me on this. 1, 2, 3, 1, here we go. I hope that you enjoy playing this piece. The bass part is pretty basic, really just outlining beat one and most of the measures, but it really is important and it adds a lot of depth to the music. The other parts would not sound nearly as good without the bass part backing them up. So really important that you're playing the right notes in tune and really laying down a solid beat for the rest of the orchestra. Good luck and happy practicing.